to talk about the 7 social mistakes that you're making that are actually costing you hires, as simple as that. These are things that I see day to day. So the reason I'm talking to you is I train recruiters how to use social media, so how to socially source people, how to share their employer branding, so to do the marketing piece, and of course how to share jobs. And these are the 7 mistakes I see that I'm going to try and do in 10 minutes. I always explain I'm an Aussie Brit, so for the weird accent, can you hear me at the back? You can? Yeah. Yep. And I speak right trained, so hence all the weird photos. So, only if you're tweeting, I'm at Winning Impress. So, oh, blown it up. This is a big one. This year has really seen the rise of the socially savvy job seeker, as I like to call them. And they're looking at you, and they're looking at your teams. And a lot of people don't realise that. They just think, oh, no, I'm not being looked at, it's fine, whatever I'm doing on social media. But actually, it's really easy for them. Now, you probably can't see that in the back, but it's a couple of screenshots from Facebook. When Facebook graph search came out, it made it really easy. So all I've done is recruiters who live in London and HR managers who live in London. And honestly, you should go through some of the profiles. It's quite shocking. Now, what's public on Facebook is your banner shot and your profile picture, and that should be it. I highly recommend that you lock it down so they can't see anything else. If you just go to the padlock top right, really easy to lock it down, because they're looking at you. And they could well not be applying because of what they see. So definitely have a look. Then, your professional profiles are bare. So they're almost like the opposite of Facebook, where you're sharing too much. So you're going to all this trouble to go and find people, and you send them your lovely LinkedIn message, whichever way you're doing it, or you send them a connect request, and they're just coming and looking at you and going, huh? Who are you? Don't know who you are. I'm not going to reply. And I think that is one of the biggest problems that you're now facing on LinkedIn, is getting the response, the nod here in the front. So who else is finding it hard to get response from job seekers? Is it just a few? Yeah. So the more that you fill it out, like lovely Amanda Nichols has done on the right, which I know you can't see back there, but she's at AO.com. So she's got a screen grab of their very funny video that they've got. She's got a great photo, she looks appealing, she's sharing lots of documents and stuff. You can go and get that from your marketers. This is easy, this is free, and you can do this really, really easily. Compared to the person on the left who's just got absolutely nothing. And I wouldn't reply to, because actually they look like they're a spam bot. And there are lots of those on LinkedIn, so something to do easily. If you're on Twitter, who's on Twitter? You've got about 3/4 of the room. Fill out your professional profiles. It's really, really easy. This is what Charlotte Mummery and Jennifer Candy have done. One's head of recruitment at Nestle. The other one, of course, is head of global talent at Sam Miller. So obviously we've got the beer bottles, clearly. And the other one's got a great picture. But they've filled out their bios, they've said where they are, they're approachable, and they're sharing great stuff. But I'm not going to tread on your Twitter toes too much. But it's very, very easy. How am I doing? I'm conscious I'm going to run over. Right, who's looked at their Glassdoor profile? I need more than that. You all need to go and look. It's really, really entertaining. No one here from Wonga. No, that would be really bad, wouldn't it? Asked us to cancel our Christmas holidays to meet a deadline. This is not the first time they've done this either. That's feedback from an ex-employee. Okay, so Glassdoor is very powerful. I have heard of job seekers going into interviews with printouts of Glassdoors. Now, I don't think Glassdoor reviews, I should say. I don't think Glassdoor is social in the slightest, but these job seekers are looking at you. So please, go and take ownership of your Glassdoor. It's very, very easy to do. Worse yet, you go through all of this and you invest all of this energy doing your employer branding, creating these great talent pools of social people, and you ignore them. This is my favourite example to use, Ford Motor Company. I highly recommend you go and look at their LinkedIn company page, and don't do that. Here's a few examples. I don't know how well you can see it, but here, this is somebody who's, I've applied through your online system and never got a response. So I really prefer human interaction rather than having a computer check off some words that match your database. So he's basically complaining on there and nobody has addressed it. Somebody could have popped up at the bottom. And there's a guy over there, does anyone read this site? That's even more embarrassing. And the worst thing is they've got something like near 500,000 followers. So they've spent all this energy and then ignoring their job seekers. So please don't do that. You're losing lots of people, plus all the people they're telling, on top of the people there. Lots of nods going on here, which is good. Here's another one, which is better, of course. This is how you do it. So this is somebody over here who's tweeted straight at somebody about a position they applied for on Twitter, clearly, because they tweeted. And we'll see what we can do once it's all settled, and we've had 1,300 applications, so they're given an excuse, but they've replied. Really easy to do. You're there, just reply. You've missed my first 3. What have I said? I've no idea. You're coming for a good one. And then Marriott Jobs and Careers, for anybody using Facebook, I highly recommend going and having a look at their career page, because they respond really fast. If you go and write a comment there, they'll be back at you in a second. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep them engaged. Who gets blank invitations to connect and really random messages on LinkedIn? You all do, don't you? Come on, agencies send them to you. Not these agencies, the other agencies. So this one I love. This was an email. Someone's gone to all the trouble for look up recruitment consultant, and they've sent me, who has been long out of the recruitment agency game for like 8 years or something. As a recruitment professional, you know the power of LinkedIn. You may have to feel your team maybe utilising the platform. Yeah, right, I'm not a recruitment agent. I don't have a team. And no, stranger, I don't want LinkedIn training because I do that. So this is, be careful if you are using, you know, the ability to search for people. Please look at their profiles. They've written their profiles out. Look at their profile. Add something in. Don't send blank invites to connect. Put their first name. Give a reason of why you're doing it. Actually, some of you will find that's just been hidden. The personalisation on your LinkedIn connection is under the drop-down box. So if you find you go to connect with someone, it shoots it off. Check under the drop-down box that's next to on their profile, on the desktop version I'm clearly talking about. Who uses it on mobile to connect? Do you know it's under the paperclip?
I've always connected with people I know, so I've left it back from the mobile.
Yeah, on the mobile, if you're actually on their profile, up the top there's a paperclip on the iPhone, otherwise there's 3 dots and a more. Trivial things, they all matter. This is my big one. LinkedIn isn't the only place where you can find people. And your business will know where you can find people. So if you're looking for techies, go and ask your developers where are they hanging out. It's going to be GitHub, it's going to be Stack Overflow, it's going to be forums. Go and ask them where they are. You're after designers, they're probably over on Behance, they could be on Pinterest, but they're not necessarily going to be on LinkedIn. Of course they could be on Twitter, definitely, lots of developers on Twitter. But LinkedIn has got a massive marketing department to tell you that they're the answer, and yes, they do spoon feed you, but people are fed up of being approached in there. So go find, ask your business, particularly this social time of the year, and find somewhere else to approach from. And number 7, the big one, which I get staggered is still being ignored. I was in an event yesterday, and I actually got people to get up, get their mobile phone and try and apply for a job on their own website. It was hilarious. Really, really hilarious. If you're going to do social, you need to sort out your mobile application. There are 702 million daily Facebook active users on a mobile phone. So if you're going to get them from Facebook over, they're going to go via the mobile. I'm sure most of you sit at night on your Twitter, on your phone, or on your iPad. So people will apply at any time. They're commuting. They need to be able to do this. So the two go hand in hand because you're driving from one to the other. So hopefully I'm not teaching you to suck eggs. I think that's the end of my... How'd I do? Did I do my 10 minutes?